kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15. And that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out. And so I sold my soul to the devil.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you. Now figure that out.
Man is a crazy boy who lives in me, and he says the things that I don't want to say. He was born, just a few months ago. I think he was born out of rage. He was conceived in rage, so he bashes everyone.
Why is your hand over your eye on your album in front of
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about?
If your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there, like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil.
The Bible says in Mark chapter 8 verse 36 that what shall it profit a man to gain the world and lose his own soul? While growing up as a young Christian, I heard a lot about the Illuminatis, and at some point, I was concerned because I did not understand how people got to sell their souls to the devil for fame, money, and maybe sex. But then you see, that's the strategy of the devil. In these end times, you realize that all around the world, you can perceive the spirit of lust in the internet, the music videos, the movies, and all of it. There are no movies without romance again, because it will not thrive, because the devil had planted lust in the hearts of man, and man inadvertently expects these things to stay with anything you're doing. Even on the internet, the pornographic movies, not just the sites now, but the movies. Most American movies are pornographic, even in Africa, except it's a Christian movie, and it has to be marketed hard. Why are these things really happening? Because these are the end times, and the devil is trying to be fast to get the world in his palms. But today I want to share with you about music. You heard those guys, right? Who said they sold their souls to the devil. Let's talk about music. Watch this, please.
There is a tune. There is a musical that drives away demons.
Yes, sir.
If the Spirit of God can be summoned by music, as the Bible tells us that Elisha said, get me a harpist, get me a musician. Then the Bible says, as the musician played, the hand of the Lord came upon Elisha. If the Spirit of God can be summoned by music, and the demon can be cast out with music, it tells you that there are tunes that are from God, and there are tunes that are of the devil, which means you turn it the other way, you can invite demons with music, and you can resist the Spirit of God, grieve the Spirit of God with music.
Make music for a purpose. It's not just background music, or it's not just, fluffy, light stuff.
This is not elevator satanic music.
It's ritualistic music. It is music that by even the act of listening to it, you are participating in a satanic ritual.
How does it make you feel?
It's very stirring. It's very emotionally charged. You can't listen to this music and say you don't feel something, because you do. I'm sure you would probably feel either hate or fear or rage or something.
You're pretty good at marketing yourself.
That's the devil's place. Illusion and showmanship.
You mean the devil is alive and well in Madison Avenue?
Of course. Advertising is the devil's trade.
I think you and I agree with that.
The act of manipulating and using the will and using ritual to create change is, by any definition, satanic. And anyone who does that is, at least an ipso facto, Satanist.
What is music? Music is a tool. Music is an instrument for spirits to thrive and relate with the souls of men, both holy and evil. Every spirit thrives through music. That's why when David played the harp, the demons left Saul. That's why Elisha wanted to prophesy, and he told them to bring a harp, right? Because music can bring in demons, the Bible tells us, and music can also take out demons. A great philosopher of many centuries ago said something, Aristotle. He said, if you want to change a nation, change its music. And I found this really interesting, because he's not even a Christian, and he knew bring a kind of music to a nation, and they begin to think in a certain way. I have a lot to say about the Jamaicans and the kind of songs they listen to, maybe some other time. But bring some other kind of music into another territory that's a Christian music, and they begin to change. It matters what you sing and what you dance to, because these things affect you. Music does not necessarily need to go through your mind to get to your spirit. And that's why you can hear a bit and then you're inadvertently reacting to it without you thinking. It's like speaking in tongues. You speak in tongues from your spirit, not your mind. And that's why you can just speak those words without thinking about it. That's how music is. So you don't necessarily have to think of the lyrics. You just respond to the tunes. Because you see, like I said, it's a tool spirits use to relate with the souls of men. Now, what kind of music do you listen to? And for some of you, you would say that it does not really mean, you're not saying the wrong things there. You need to find out how the music was birthed. Were you there when the instrumentals were birthed?
Music is prayed over demonically. That goes out to the world, goes out to the radio stations, goes out to the public. And when you see that stuff and know that stuff, it's frightening.
What do you mean by that, Shane, prayed over demonically?
So rituals, ceremonies, everything to bring, to give light to the devil, to Satan. It's a satanic music industry. That's majority of what it is.
Do you mean figuratively, or do you mean literally you've been in...
Literally, yes.
And
not figuratively.
Can you share what those albums were? Were they your albums?
No, they weren't our albums, no. They were not Boyzone albums. So that's what I mean by not every music is that. But it was on the stepping stone to that. So you're going back to the 1993s into 2000s. And then if you look at what the music is today, the industry is today, for all your Sam Smiths to your Dojo Cats to your Beyoncés they are so demonic, it's unbelievable. And we can't, it's in front of us. It's something that we kind of go, oh, it's just music.
I've heard some instrumentals, whether you like it or not, some Celtic sounds, you just like the song. You don't know why. You just want to hear it again and again and again. You don't even understand what they're trying to talk about. And that's why you realize that there are some songs sang in some other languages that you do not understand, but you like it. You just react to it because it does not necessarily, it's not cognitive. It does not relate with your mind. It relates directly to your spirit. One thing I want you to understand is this: music was originated from God, but the devil corrupted it. And when he did, he put himself, and do not forget, he knows how he does his things, but you see, you're greater because the greater one lives in you. And for the devil, music is the end time strategy for him to thrive. Because music shaped thought and inadvertently influenced behaviors. You just realize that when you listen to these songs long enough, you're thinking in a way, you're talking in a way, and you're behaving in a way. Do not forget, change people's music and you're inadvertently changing their attitude, their characters, and their behaviors. I believe this blessed you. Please do subscribe and share this video. Let the world get to see and let the world get to know. Somebody commented in one of my videos today that I wish your videos went viral. And I told him, you can make it so. Kindly subscribe and share. That's the way you can make it so, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I believe you were blessed. God bless you.